everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Eternal X Wolfpack Paranormal. I'm your host, Sean Ellis, and I would like to thank Joshua Robert Moore for the theme song for the Eternal X Wolfpack Paranormal. He did an amazing job. Definitely go check out his website as well. He does a lot of great music, and like I said, he's done a hell of a job for the Eternal X Wolfpack Paranormal theme song. And I would like to thank him again for that. Tonight, normally we see some people in the comment section, and we're always curious to who they are. Well, tonight we have a young lady here by the name of Nicole Gaspard, and we're going to be talking with her. And come to find out, she has a podcast called the Mystic Whispers Podcast. It's on iHeart and Spotify and YouTube, and she's done it for about 6 years. So we're going to bring her on and talk a little bit about her and her experiences. So let's bring on Nicole. Hey.
Hello.
How you doing?
Yeah, thank you for having me. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Good to have you on tonight. We
Thank
have
you.
Moose Man, and I'll say Moose.
Hello, Moose, to the audience. Hello, everybody.
And so, Nicole, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hey, I know that's always the hard part, right? When you used to ask somebody else. Share their part, but okay. I'll share a little bit. I'm also a writer and a recent demonologist. And like you said, I host, Mystic Whisper podcast for the past 6 years, should I say? And then we're up to 283 episodes right now.
That's
Most of them,
awesome.
oh, thank you. And most of them are mostly like, supernatural and paranormal experiences combined with storytelling. And with either my own or somebody else was sending their stories.
Mm-hmm.
Like, kind of got that, idea from, remember the old Art Bell?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, so I like to follow his example. And even though we don't have Holler right now, but I would prefer to Holler. That would be interesting.
No, that's cool. That is
Mm.
cool.
There's
So,
quite a few people in the paranormal that's been quite, notable and quite famous. Well, I want to say famous, but known.
they've got a little bit of clout. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and even celebrities and producers, I'm surprised they were interested. So yeah, they're awesome to work with.
Yeah, it's always cool to be able to get celebrities on from time to time and
Yeah,
be able to
one
talk
of
to them. And
definitely, and one of my favorites was that he was on recently. It was a couple of months ago, I believe. He's also in the same area, but just about where I live here in California, and and he's a what do you call like an action kung fu martial artist
mm-hmm.
type of kind of like what was that one actor's name? Bruce Lee. Kind of reminds me of him in a way.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
John Azuna. I highly recommend him.
mm, that's
Yeah.
cool that you're having things like that. I know me and Gwen at one time we had the guy that played Michael Myers
I think I've
on.
seen that one. That's cool. He follows
So
me. I believe he follows me on TikTok. So he follows you.
yeah, and next week I've got Mr. James Stokes, the guy behind the mask of Jason Voorhees on.
Oh, nice. Tell me I say that.
So
I'm a fan.
but yeah, so yeah, it's always cool to have things or people like that come on and be able to talk to
And speaking of
them.
celebrities, I've actually ran into a couple of celebrities.
Did you run?
One of them being, remember watching the Happy Days?
Mm-hmm.
And like, the main star, Henry Winkler, Ron
Yeah.
Howard. But I didn't meet Ron Howard, but I literally ran into to Henry Winkler at a fair. They go to events sometimes at fairs, and the crowd was just pushing me and pushing me.
Hmm.
towards him, and he like gave me a hug. I'm like, sorry, sir. He gave me a hug.
They say he's a
I
really
was,
nice guy.
yeah, I was like so embarrassed and proud to take push me closer to him. So
Yeah, they say he's a nice guy. He'd be kind of cool to meet, you know.
yeah, I like at first I didn't even recognize him because he had a beard. No offense, but he had a beard.
No, that'd be a little different for the Fonz to have a beard.
Yeah, older version of Bones. Hey.
That'd be kind of cool if they'd actually bring back some of the cast members that are alive for Happy Days and kind
Yeah,
of
oh, I love
do
that
an
show. Yeah.
older version of them, maybe with their kids.
Yeah. Yeah, I love
That-
those shows. I'm a horror movie fanatic, so I've started writing horror myself, so I have a couple
what,
books out already.
what's your favorite horror movie?
I was just watching it last night. When was it? Oh, The Shining.
That is a good one. The
Yeah.
Shining is interesting. I've seen that.
Here's Shining.
Uh, Actually, the one I just seen that was really good is the new version of the Mummy that just come out.
Oh, is that out?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't relate to any of the old ones with Tom Cruise in them or like that, but it's a whole new story of its own. But it's very good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've had a lot of, UFO and paranormal encounters. Is like, that's what prompted me to be a writer, so I can share my experiences, so to let others know they're not alone. And sometimes they just want you to feel alone, right? So,
hmm, true. What's one of the experiences you had with the UFOs?
which one? Let's see. I'll try to share the most interesting one.
Okay.
The most interesting, I was filming, I don't know what I was filming, but so I like to film the stars. We can see the stars out here much better out here in the country, right? Hardly no city light or like a mile away or so from the city and from the airports, so we can see pretty good at the side.
Hmm.
And so I was like filming, and all of a sudden, not only I captured a UFO or UAP, whatever they call it. I like UFO
Right. Old school stuff.
personally, and so we got it EVP as well. So I know I thought something. I
Hmm.
should have shared that file with you. Remind me next time.
Okay.
And then it's on my YouTube channel with Nicole Gaspard. But
Hmm.
yeah, I captured a UFO going shot up straight to the moon real fast.
Interesting.
Faster than a
What
speeding bullet.
what is your opinion on UFOs since you've actually seen one? What do you think they are actually are, or where do you think some of them come from?
Yeah, that's a good question. I've heard maybe they could be us from the future. Um, but I'm not sure that's accurate or not, but that's some beliefs.
Hmm. Do you
There's
think
many,
do you think possibly they could become from the outside of this ice ring they're talking about now?
beliefs so, especially I'm hearing it might be from the Ethereal realm. The Ethereal.
Yeah.
If I said it right. Sorry, I always say it wrong.
Mm, I've been reading a lot about this ice ring and possibly civilizations outside of the ice realm, and
Oh, wow.
some of them has actually been listed in the Bible.
Like the
The
ones
map,
from Antarctica, someplace like
yeah,
that.
on the other side of Antarctica. Yeah,
Mm,
some of
that's
those
what I'm
were
hearing.
listed in the Bible.
Hmm. Yeah, it's quite interesting.
It's they also show the United Nations flag with the ice ring around it, and I was wondering why they're flying a flag with an ice ring around it, and all of our countries are inside this ice ring. If the map is not like that.
Huh. It's an interesting mystery, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm beginning to think some of the things that we were taught when we were in school is not quite accurate.
Right. Or they couldn't share that information for some reason in the government.
But
They're hiding. I like to say they're hiding something.
oh, I definitely know they hide a lot of things for
a
sure. I
few,
mean,
a few things.
I definitely know they're hiding a few things. I know I was watching a documentary with Jesse the Body Ventura on it one time, and Jesse said, if you see it in the movies, you can bet your bottom dollar they've got it.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I wouldn't be
yeah,
surprised. I think, to me personally, I think they've always been here. We're just now seeing them because of our technology.
do you think it's the technology or the fact that maybe we're starting to wake up where we can see them ourselves?
It could be a little bit of both because the more attuned that we are awakening, the
Hmm.
more we're going to see in different realms. There's more than one realm,
Yeah.
from my sense.
Sometimes I think some of the EVPs that we're getting are from the other dimension without a shadow of a doubt. But
Right.
I'm wondering if they're not coming from the other side of this ring and people trying to explain things to us that we should know.
Or they could be, I don't want to end my meeting and lock my door again, but Men in Black. um, but I
Some of
believe
mind their own
most
business.
majority of them might be from the dark side of the moon as well.
I have heard theories on some of that too, is that the moon's not exactly what we thought it was, and it's kind of like,
But they
uh,
reflect. It's open to
yeah,
register.
kind of like the Death Star in Star Wars, from what I hear, because I've
Right,
heard
exactly.
they've
And
said
even
it's
some of
been,
their, oh sorry, even some of their starships are much like similar to the Star Wars Star Trek.
yeah, I mean, they said the moon was actually put there at one point in time, and they've said they've heard things hit the moon and it sounds like a bell.
And you know what? Speaking of bells, I've heard that sound. I think it's called a ghost phantom sound, where you have no idea where the source came from. And you know your TV is off, your radio is off, no one's in the other room. I heard like a ding, like a bell ding, out
Hmm.
of nowhere. So luckily, me being a medium, I've asked the spirit, "What the heck was that?" And then they answered me right away. It was surprisingly, 'cause usually they don't. I think they ignored me, but anyway, they actually said it's. I try to say it like they do. They say it so fast. That's probably why I missed. Oh, they say it like it's the sign of Archangel Gabriel. They say it
Hmm.
like that. I'm like,
True.
oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. He's
Now,
around.
do you have spirit guides, Nicole?
Definitely, I have two. I just finally got to know their names. After all these years opening my abilities, I think once you are opening like your third eye,
Hmm.
um, I know y'all have some sort of sixth sense, whether you're open to it or not.
Right.
But yeah, I think I always say like, can you hear spirits? Ask for the name, they'll tell you. Can you sense spirits? They'll come to you in their presence. So
Hmm.
I asked them because I know I can hear them. So it's like I've heard two names. Usually I just hear one or my name.
Right.
So I heard two different distinct names. I heard um Ed. Now I'm not sure if it's the late Ed Warren, but
Right.
he said Ed and Elizabeth. Ed and
Interesting.
Elizabeth, both E's.
That's
And I knew
interesting.
I have that Uncle Ed. I'm wondering if it's my uncle.
As
So
you said, have they taught you anything?
oh yeah, they yell at me sometimes. They're like, because I have those vivid dreams. This is where it gets
Hmm.
interesting. So it's like, you know, you wake up from a certain nightmare or vivid dream,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would hear them say, "You were supposed to remember that part." I'm like, "Oops, really?" So yeah, one of them. I thought you want to hear that the dream that they were referring to.
Sure.
They, oh my goodness. Well, I like to describe. Well, you know how a well, not a ghost. They don't have enough energy like a demonic would. So if
Mm-hmm.
they were to levitate you and throw you across the room,
Mm-hmm.
the last part of it, I remember because I hit my face. I went,
Oh.
I hit my face against the wall. Oh, wait. And then they're like, when I woke up, they're like, you're not supposed to remember that part.
Uh, yeah, I mean, doing dreams and being able to astral project in realms
I
is a
do that
very
every night. Every
that's
night. It's
very
like
interesting.
50E every night.
That's very interesting. What
I
what do
believe.
you
Uh,
what do you see in your dreams when you go astral projecting?
I see a lot of things I'm not supposed to, probably. I get my spirit eyes and I'm in trouble. But they usually say like they have to bring me back. They brought me back. I'm like, what'd you do that for?
Yeah, did you follow? Did you go too far from your body at the time? Is why they brought you back?
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you
I've
wear?
seen things is really hard to describe. I even seen a glimpse of what I like to call a glimpse from heaven. You know,
Interesting.
like when you first get in through the gate, I seen on the rose field. It's called a rose field with all the pretty roses,
Hmm.
all in different colors. They were so vibrant and pretty. That part I remember. And one night I even seen our Lord Jesus himself. He visited me in my dream. But I don't know, remember what he said because usually they don't really talk in those during visitations for some reason.
Hmm.
At least not for me. But I just see them. And then I will see like my other deceased relative. I remember also embracing my great grandmother. I mean, a lot of things. I'm like, I keep saying, did I cross over in my different?
Guardian.
They're like, they're like, no, you just not too far.
Yeah. Hang on. So when you seen Jesus or God, however you want to pronounce it, for what did he look like to you?
Just like you and I, an ordinary person. You know, he had a shoulderly brown hair like mine, blue eyes like me. So, I don't know, it was just weird. It's like he was smiling, and I remember the dream that he like I was like drowning in the ocean, right? So I was fearful of drowning, especially in the ocean. And then he was like, pull me up out of the water. I'm like, thank you.
Hmm.
So I did, so I remember.
So you had that warm feeling around when you was around then, right?
Oh yeah, whenever I feel angels, whenever I feel those, oh my goodness. Yeah. And I've
Interesting.
seen angels. Um, do I have time to share that? Um,
Sure.
one time I seen angels just out here, and I'm like, so it looked like a bunch of birds just flying around. But then I saw no longer cows and stuff. But I'm like, why are they only wearing gowns?
Hmm.
I only had,
Interesting.
asked them, but they said, oh, we don't really need clothes. But anyway,
Right. What's
I'm like,
what's
I would need clothes.
hmm, what's the most interesting thing you have seen when you've been astral projecting?
I don't need our deceased loved ones and Jesus. I seen God's throne, but he wasn't in it. I just saw his throat.
Hmm.
You know, I only saw parts of it. Maybe he was in it, but I only saw parts of it.
Interesting.
And
Do you
then,
have animal guides as well?
I possibly do. I believe one is a brown owl. And whenever there's a death in the family, it will just hang out. One time it hang out 3 or 4 days before it happened, and after.
Interesting.
And we all saw it even at the funeral. Because I asked my
Hmm.
cousin, I know she's open to this. I'm like, did you see that brown owl? And they're like, yeah.
Huh. I know after my girlfriend passed away, it was really interesting that
Sorry to hear that.
I always seen cardinals, and they said that's a sign of when your loved one's trying to contact you. And I constantly see
Those I haven't
cardinals.
seen, but yeah. And butterflies are common. I've seen butterflies. I even see huge, what are they called? They're similar to butterflies, but they're larger. I think they're called monarchs.
Oh, monarch, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen those. Especially when I'm outside thinking about my dad. Because my dad passed from brain cancer a few years ago before my late husband. And then
Oh,
whenever
my
I think
condolences.
about my late husband, I would see a butterfly.
Yeah,
It's,
it's
yeah,
hard when a loved one passes away, for sure.
it is, yeah. That's why I kept myself busy and just take one day at a time,
Did
you
he
know?
ever come back and visit you?
Oh, yes. I have few interesting moments already. One time I even heard a message from him audibly that I know I wasn't dreaming at the time. And I just heard, like, I, I'll wait for her. I always feel bad about that. I hope I'm not the one, like, letting him move on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want him to stop, to wait
Right.
for me. I don't know. But yeah, that's hard. But
Yeah. When my girlfriend passed away not long after the funeral, I actually seen her apparition standing in my dining room, and it was a full-fledged apparition. And I was on the phone with my mom at the time when it happened. Uh, that was an interesting thing.
oh well.
And 3 days after that, I actually heard her voice inside my head telling me she wanted certain things done. So
Mm.
yeah, I understand that you can actually hear your loved ones after they passed away.
Yeah, especially if they remember that you're gifted.
Mm,
And also, my dad kind of knew I was gifted. And so I take after his family, his side of family anyway. My grandmother was gifted. And so, speaking of apparition, I think I have a photo for you to show of my
oh
first
yeah,
apparition.
yeah. Well, let's bring her up.
It's not my father's, but I've seen my father's apparition.
Mm-hmm.
This one happens to me, my nephew, he's half grown up now, but and our former dog, she passed. But as
Mm-hmm.
you can see, the image is on, like, the right side for the audience.
Yep.
And a lot of them thought it was me, but I'm like, I wasn't wearing anything black at the time.
Right. To me, it kind of looks like a female sitting there,
Hmm.
but I definitely see it.
Yeah, there's a definitely female right next to him, like
Mm-hmm.
on the left there, and another one, faint one. It's very faint. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
It's it's what I think I've heard this term is for more than one uh spirit comes through your photo. It's like matrixing.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's that's definitely interesting because that's how I ended up getting on the first team. The first team uh, I was ever on for the paranormal is I would see things in the pictures and point it out to them or see them when they
Yeah, I
were
can read
going
photos.
get through their lives, I would point out stuff to them too, and they decided to give me an invite, and I ended up joining that team for about 3 years.
Oh, nice. I haven't been that lucky, but I've been invited to remote view for a team that was doing a live, and
Yeah.
I got some pretty good hits.
How
So
old were you when you experienced you had gifts?
probably very young. I'll say 4 or 5.
What did
I've
you
had
see in
the
back then?
weirdest experience. I like to call one of my books, my first book, Dark Pathways. I wrote about my first experiences, and this one still haunts me to this day. Have you ever heard of the term the evil eye?
Mm-hmm.
It's what resembles of the shape that I was seeing. It looked like a single eye going back and forth in my room.
Hmm.
And then we had a bunk bed. My brother and I had a bunk bed.
Right.
So I feel sorry for him. I always get up for some reason or another. So I followed it. I've been curious even back then. I would follow these things. And I still do. I still try to.
So the evil eye, I know some people refer to it, I should say, is the eye of Horus. Did it look like more of the eye of Horus, or did it look like a little different?
You know, it could have been that. It's just large. And it was darting to and fro, like, across the room. And then finally it went out of the house from the back door. And then I saw it went up and over the fence. Of course, I
Hmm.
couldn't go over the fence. But I was a disclaimer.
Right. Yeah, because I know sometimes people refer that to the
The
evil
third eye?
eye. Yeah, no, the eye of Horus is the evil eye once in a while.
Yeah, I always wondered about that. I'm gonna do
But
more research on that.
I also think it depends on how you interpret it.
Right. I think
So,
it's a sign for, like, what I do now. You know, to be warning me um, many things.
interesting.
Oh, another experience I wanted to share real quick with you asked me about my husband.
Hmm.
Um, you know how some people is like, don't touch my stuff, don't mess with my stuff. It's like, what are
Right.
you doing? But he was like, but he was okay, but he was cool. But I told him I told the spirit, I'm simply putting away your stuff. If we don't need it anymore, I need more room. You know, as women, we need more room. Lots of space. We're like this, you're like this, right?
Yeah,
Even in the
I'd say.
bathroom, we're like this. But anyway, but
Yeah.
here's the scary part. You ready?
Yep.
But when I was putting away his things in one of those plastic tub containers, you know,
Hmm.
all of a sudden it started shaking real
Hmm.
violently. And you know, in California, I'm like, are we on an earthquake right now? And nothing else was
Yeah.
shaking, only
Right.
that box.
Was there something that was in the box he didn't want you to put away?
Possibly. I told him I'm not going to throw it out. I'm just going to put it in a garage so no one's going to be safe. And then it's not.
Yeah, I can understand that. Hmm.
But yeah, I think he had more clothes than I did, but still, my closet is still full of my stuff.
True. Now you mentioned when we were talking earlier that you do Reiki.
Yeah, that's actually where I started working with energy, healing, I like to call spirit energy, but I know it's Reiki, actually the right term, I think.
Hmm.
And, you know, just, I was attuned to first Reiki, and I'll, try to learn from my mentors. It's always good to get mentors and people that you trust to
Right.
practice with each other, you know? And I still, yeah, what my grandmother was saying, I don't know if I mentioned this, she went to a psychic long ago, and she says, the psychic said, there's something about your grandmother's hands that's really is interesting, and it's something she may have healing hands. And every time I would put my hands on someone or send out, what do you call it, energy balls,
Mm-hmm.
those are fun to play with.
Yeah.
Energy ball. But, yeah, everybody would feel something right away, like heat, warmth, and you could probably, like, in the camera, what was that you were talking about? You could see the energy
Yeah.
flowing.
They actually recorded me when I was at the Masonic Lodge in Keysburg, Illinois. Haunted Happy Hour recorded it on an SLS camera at an
Oh,
open
wow.
house Eternal Paranormal had there, and it showed the energy going from my hand to one of the guests' hands, and it was turning the same color as my hand.
Nice.
So
Yeah, I
yeah.
can even feel the energy myself before I send out.
Hmm. Yeah.
Then
Um,
you know it's working.
One of the things I like doing to people when I meet them, because they're kind of skeptic, is I'll have them put their hand up in the air, and
Oh,
then they can feel me writing in the palm of their hand from about 10, 15 feet away.
nice.
So that's always an interesting thing, because then they're trying to figure out how that's done.
Yeah, I used to be part of the Warren Legacy Foundation and worked with their grandson for a while, and they let me remote view some of their cases. And so one case, of course, I'm not going to mention the details, but one of them, they gave me a specific location that I told them I wanted to try experiment because you're not supposed to know the target, right?
Right.
So I told them, let's try experiment. So once I knew the target, you know what? I was right there. I stared this poor lady.
Hmm.
I think she saw me as a ghost because she went,
Hello, Joe.
ah, hi Joe. I always
Yeah,
wondered. Sorry, my voice allergies.
that's
And
fine.
I do radio. And it's like, I always wonder if whenever we remote view or astral traveling, if the other person is able to see our operation, our
Oh,
spirit.
I'm sure they definitely can. I've had some come up to me, and I've even had some that when I've opened up and they've actually done a reading for me, they've actually seen um, the avatar that I travel in the arts with.
Right, that's what I like to call it, avatars. Like the movie, but we're not blue.
Yeah, because she's seen an image of me as a black wolf with blue eyes.
Oh, speaking of blue, I may share one of my books here. I call it the blue ones
Hmm.
because that is what they resemble. Uh, their whole nature and everything. They look like blue beings, and their color blue. I'm sure they're called something else, but I didn't like to call them blue ones.
You
And
think it's an energy form that you're seeing?
possibly because that's the ones that were possibly abducted me when I was younger.
Ooh.
And I remember those results from a recent, what's it called, past life and regression UFO
Hmm.
session. I had done both of them. And like you said, I believe in reincarnation. Like I've probably been here a dozen times. I'm like, hopefully this time I learned my lesson.
See, when you say past life regression, I say the Akashic record. They're the same thing to me.
Oh, I never knew that.
because you can go back and you can see your past lives in either form.
One time, if I may share real quickly,
Sure.
about a past life experience.
Okay.
This was way before I even got up to here. So I was sitting, and you know how some kids are sitting in the back seat, right? In their
Mm-hmm.
parents' car, grandparents' car. I was with my grandparents, and I always say every time I visited my dad's side, the day my parents got divorced, every time I visited them, we would have some weird paranormal happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. I think we're all gifted. But I was like half awake, half asleep in their back seat. And then all of a sudden I was able to see another one of my past life as
Mm-hmm.
an Indian woman
Ah.
sitting in the middle, meditating. The weird part is I was only able to see the back part. And also in a past life, reflections in the back part.
Hmm. Did you ever
Yeah.
figure out what Indian tribe that was from?
Possibly the Cherokee. I have Cherokee blood right now. But yeah, I never researched this, so that'd be interesting. Maybe Cherokee.
I know that. Excuse me. I asked my aunt at one time if we had any Indian in us, and she said just a little smidge of it. And I think it was some of the Blackhawks,
Nice.
just a smidge.
Yeah, I know we have a little bit of the Cherokee Indian on my mom's side.
But yeah, it's always interesting to find out, to go through your Akashic record. Now, when you went through your record, your past life aggression, as you call it, did you
Uh,
walk down your hallway and the doors open, or did you see it another form?
I see it like another form.
How what kind of form do you see yours in?
Just like in another place, dimension and time. How sometimes I what is it called? As a traveling, we were just talking about it.
Hmm. Yeah, because I see mine when I go through mine. I see mine as energy waves.
Oh, energy wave. That I can see at night. It's quite interesting. It has to
Yeah.
be pitch black, and I will see the forms of those white or energy waves.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you able to, like, if you take your hand like this, can you actually feel the energy around your hand?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
I
can
think
too.
that's what I like to call half veil. Because we're half in and we're half out, you
Mm,
know?
the veil to me is a little different.
Yeah.
My girlfriend that passed away showed me how to cross that veil. She said I was one of the few that was able to do that at will.
Yeah. I might be one too.
But it's very interesting because that veil is different from the energy that's around. But the energy, when it's around, especially if something's not right, you definitely feel the energy shift.
Yeah. And sometimes I can see our own auras or some, not necessarily the colors of the aura yet, but I can see like the light or dim. I like to call lights around people.
Have you ever encountered an energy vampire?
I might have. And I probably lost some friends along the way. They're turning my energy.
Yeah, energy vampires are definitely interesting. Hello, Jeremy Burton.
And I
Thanks
might have
for.
seen, oh, hello. Sorry. And I might have seen one as well.
They're definitely an interesting thing.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned here a while back that you got your demonologist certificate.
Right. In the order
What's
that
what's the most interesting demonic thing you've seen so far?
So
or
like I
what
said,
you classify it as anyway.
yeah, you know, I've encountered many entities besides ghosts, spirits, and demonic. They would I always look at their eyes if I see their apparitions, and they're always appear to be silvery glowing. And
Hmm.
I've seen them different places, like especially haunted or abandoned sites. And I even seen them where I used to work. And at first I thought they were just customers. That, I used to work at a grocery store for many years, and I never
Mhm.
encountered people like that. I mean, I just simply asked like everybody else, "Can I help you?"
Mhm.
They're like, "Well, it's allowing you to help us find some stoves."
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, bye."
Mhm.
I thought it went around the other way around.
Right.
I back then I didn't know what he meant. Now I do.
See, I always read the energy of a spirit that's around instead of actually an aura or whatever. But I know the aura is part of the energy as well. But you can definitely
Huh?
tell if it's a bad or good just by the energy it's given off.
Yeah, definitely. Or if you do like a simple handshake, right? And then you can
Mhm.
see, or you can feel how they are,
I know when
or
I
how
know
they act.
when I know when we were at Melbourne Manor, um,
Uh-huh.
when I was there with the other team that I was with, um, we seen the entity that actually comes out of the room down at the end of the hall,
Oh wow.
and uh, you could definitely tell he wasn't a bad spirit, but he was, how do I say, definitely a joker.
Mischievous.
Oh yeah, he would like
I ran into a
chase
few of those.
Yep.
Speaking of mischievous, uh, as entity, um, I have one at my interested audience.
Okay.
Cause I'm able to hear spirits ever since I was younger, right? And I
Hmm.
went on this path. So it's like a few years ago, cause I was working with Dot Vegas, those, and he's like, he did a reading for this one house. He's working on a demon house. So I'm like, okay. So one time I was viewing it and telling them where the demons were, and I even circled helping them. Probably shouldn't have done that because even afterwards I was watching the case, and then all of a sudden I would hear him say, "Oh, was you can't stop me. I'm a demon." Plain as day like that. Plain as day. And it was like, whoa, okay. It's like I didn't know I could stop demons, yet alone you tell me who you truly are, because usually they don't tell you their true nature, right?
Well, I know one thing. I've been on investigations for residentials, and they come across the
Uh-huh.
obelisk, and they'll say evil, demon,
Right.
devil, and then they'll start laughing,
Right.
and
They're
I'm
just
like,
messing with you.
and I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, this sounds like a young child wanting to play games to scare you.
Yeah. So I
So
thought
yeah.
I kind of laugh at it. I mean, I don't mean to laugh, but I'm just kind of laugh it off. 'Cause, demons very rare will tell them their true nature or their names, especially their names. And they have the
Yeah.
weirdest names I cannot pronounce. But the
I
main one is Zozo, and I looked it up. Zozo is
mhm.
not even a real demon, really.
Hmm.
Even though it's supposedly a demon from the Ouija board,
Hmm.
it's just made up story of an evil man.
Yeah, we were doing a residential at Moose's house in London Mills, and he threw a rubber chicken down the stairs, and scared one of the old teammates half to death with it one time.
Oh no.
Yeah, that
I
was
had
pretty
quite a
funny.
few experiences myself with the Ouija board.
I don't have a
One
problem
of
with Ouija boards. Everybody seems to be
no either.
scared of them.
Yeah, I think if you're scared of it, yeah, don't mess with it then.
Hmm.
But if you know what it does, like the divination tool, right? To
Hmm.
communicate with the dead. So I think it brings out what we are afraid of. So yeah, don't mess with it.
But I actually do like Ouija boards personally.
Yeah, I don't mind them.
I've never had a problem with them. I mean, people seem to be scared of them, and as long
They
as you know
can,
how to use them and close them out, they're just like communicating with everything else.
yeah, like pendulums, dowsing rods, digital voice recorders. Uh, I like the old way of how the the board you use a glass, you use
Hmm.
a glass or something, and
Yeah.
go around. Those are cool. I always wanted to try that way. And then one time, do we have time for the story? But
Yeah.
okay, one time, I was at a girlfriend's house, and their family was kind of like witches, real like witches, and they had
Hmm.
boards. Of course, she had her own board, and so finally they're like, "Nicole, do you want to join us?" I'm like, "Okay," so I don't want to be like the one left out. I'm like, "Okay," so I put my hands on there. All of a sudden, we heard loud bang sound right after I touched the board.
Mm.
Is that a coincidence or my energy?
Could be a combination for sure.
Yeah, so that kind of opened my eyes
Um,
to the
yeah,
paranormal as well.
Moose. I don't have a copy of those. I might have a few pictures of some of the things that we've caught into the windows from the outside, looking at it. That Pam and Lori Bragg sent me, but has the original copies of all that.
The next time I'll try to get more videos for you.
That's
I've captured so many videos on UFOs. It's crazy.
that's fun. I mean, like I said, I've encountered one, and I've had some strange encounters when I've been in the vehicles with weird things that's happened to me, and I've talked about them on a few podcasts before as well.
Oh wow. Yeah, I haven't really experienced them like in a car, but like out here mostly where I see experience them. And we're out
Yeah,
here in the country.
I definitely can't debunk it. I definitely don't understand it, and I've talked to a few people that are on other paranormal teams about it, and they had an interesting theory about it, and they come up with the same idea that I did.
Oh,
And
speaking of theories, you want to hear one of mine about crop circles?
sure,
I was doing some research about crop circles for one of my books, and I found like the first Stonehenge. That's over by Switzerland, right, or Ireland?
you wanted me to send some
And
pictures.
I believe in the Stonehenge, there might have
Hmm.
been an old crop circle beneath it, and that's why they're feeling the energy. So I kind of put two and two together.
Yeah, that could be a good theory. Yeah,
Yeah. And
I
also, I
mean,
was talking to Dave Schrader. I'm sure you heard
mhm,
of him, right? Hi, Dave.
yeah.
But anyway, on the show, I was telling one time, I think one of my other theories about UFOs, why they come here, was because they need a, you might laugh, but they might need a recharge from our storms. So,
I've heard some theories behind that as well.
I
I
some of my other
mean,
theories.
I've heard some theories about their resources running low, so they come here to get certain things to go back.
Yeah, they drain it from either the ether realm or the storms around us or our bodies.
Yeah, I believe that for
Exactly. Yeah,
sure. I do believe
that
that.
too.
And didn't they mess up Stonehenge at one time? Or
I believe so. Yeah, they took it out and everything like in video, like what it's
Mhm.
supposed to be. I always found that interesting.
Yeah, I liked Egyptian and stuff like that. And the Stonehenge things
Yeah,
definitely drawn to all that stuff. And
and we even have. I found that we even in one of my research, we have a little mini maze, like a maze, with
mhm,
rocks, with what is kind of carvings, kind of similar to caveman carvings.
mhm.
I forget what they're called, but
Hieroglyphic.
something like that. And there's more on like on all the rocks. They're all got some sort of message on there. I think they're like messages,
Mhm.
or they're I
Now
like I also think calling hearts. Crop circles are like calling hearts, and they're different in design.
I was in South Carolina and I seen what they called the Big Rock there at one of the locations that we were at, and
Uh huh.
in the rock I seen like a hieroglyphic marking it, and not long after it at night I seen it in somebody that painted a picture with the same
Oh,
thing in it, and they'd never been there before.
wow.
So I thought that was good.
Yeah, kind of like ESP or remote view.
Yeah, they're definitely a talented young man that did that, and their mother said he had never been there before.
And speaking of remote viewing, if I may share, one of the most chilling cases I've been on one of my own actually. Here in LA, there's called the Caesar's Hotel. I don't know if you
Hmm.
heard of it,
Yeah.
but so I was thought it would be interesting to remote view it, and one night I did, and I felt like I was being drawn, pulled up like an elevator, all the way up to the top, where I saw the two towers. I think
Hmm.
that was the one lady that she drowned. She's showing me how she was drowned. So yeah, I think there's a mix of mental breakdown, or there should be a darker entity there.
Interesting.
Yeah. I haven't been there at the site yet, but I might have passed by it many times and didn't know until later. Like, I've been
Mhm.
to Alcatraz Island, I've been to Winchester Mystery House, and some of the, and the Queen Mary throughout my life.
Yeah, I've heard people that said they've been on the Queen Mary before, and that was an interesting thing.
Yeah, and I even got to take a, like, a aerial view shot from the helicopter one time. And we were going around Long Beach. I'm like,
That'd be
oh,
really
perfect
cool.
shot.
That'd be
So,
really
yeah, next time let me show you. And they were all impressed with the photo. Surprised they didn't want it.
cool.
But, yeah, I always say my grandparents used to work at the Queen Mary's engine room, where they tell me, stories, and I have to go to the pool area before they close it off.
Hmm.
And they believe that's I think it's one of the main portals, but, and also I think there's more than one portal on that ship. So, and more than one specter. And what is the most famous specter on there would be Jackie. But to me, I don't like children. I don't know why children have to be stuck. Um,
I know I've encountered in some places when I've been on residentials, the kids have been stuck there, and we've released them
yeah,
because
that's so sad.
another spirit that was holding them there.
But you would think usually, like, all dogs go to heaven type of thing.
Yeah.
I always thought maybe if, like, children should go up to heaven, right? But, I don't know. Kind of sad.
I think some of them get snagged depending on what happens.
Yeah, by darker spirits, possibly.
Because we actually, the night that happened, we had 14 kids' names coming for the Oculus after we got rid of that bad spirit there.
Yeah, David is old, the darker ones.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. So, you, how many books have you got published already now, Nicole?
7, about, yeah, 28.
28?
That's the record for me. Including journals, everything.
Yeah, like in your barn. The one that was in Moose's barn, he cussed me and laughed at me, and he went bye bye. We found out the hard way.
Uh,
Yeah, we've been at Moose's house on an investigation. There's still part of his house that we would like to go in and check out because there's a place upstairs in his one of the rooms that we got high EMF readings off of, and there's no electrical in it at all on that
yeah,
wall.
that reminds me, I was on a Queen Mary ship, and they asked us if we wanted to enter the most haunted rooms. Usually, yes, investigators can stay in there, right? So I'm like,
Mhm.
sure, I'll go in there. So I don't know when I'll get that other, get the opportunity. This is so bad. So I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll go in there. And then all of a sudden, my arms, everything was, my hair was go up, I had goosebumps. And they brought their devices and showed up the EMF all around me.
Mhm. What's one place you'd like to go to, Nicole, to investigate?
I would like to go to the Sally house.
The
I
Sally
almost
House?
thought to go there one time, but we didn't go there. But yeah,
That would
and
be that'd be good. Yep, in the Princess Room. Yep, that's where it was.
there's a few places I would like to go to. Dracula's Castle and lighthouses.
I
I
would
like
say
lighthouses.
I'd say the two main ones I'd like to go would be the pyramids in Egypt and Dracula's castle.
Oh, definitely.
Those would be the two main ones that I would like to see.
I wonder if they do paranormal tours back there at the pyramid.
I think they do, but I think they're limited to where you can go
Oh yeah.
for sure. Well, Nicole, we are at the top of the hour. Uh, can you tell everybody where they could find you and find your podcast?
For sure, I'm basically everywhere in social media. But mostly you can catch me at Facebook, and I have a personal website. All www.nicolegaspard.com. And yeah, my Mystic Whispers podcast is also everywhere, social media and YouTube. Nicole Raw. I'm changing the pen name,
Mm,
but yeah, on Nicole Raw is where I do all my storytelling episodes lately. So yeah,
that's awesome. All
thank you
right,
for having
Nicole.
me.
Yep, thanks for coming on. It was really interesting
Next time.
talking with you.
Sure, anytime.
The Romania in general would be a good investigation. Yeah, I would say that too, Moose. That would be kind of interesting for
Oh,
sure.
and the Haunted Museum in Vegas.
Yeah, very much true. All right, Nicole, I'm going to drop you backstage. I'm going to close out the show, and thank you very much for coming on tonight. And it was great
Thank you.
talking.
Thank you guys.
All right. That was Nicole Gaspard. Definitely go check out her website at Mystic Whispers Podcast. She says she's on all platforms, and you can find her pretty much everywhere. She's got some interesting stories, and definitely go check them out. And for one, here we go. Let me bring this up real quick. Image file. Let me dig it up. I got to find it here real quick. Let's see here. Let me bring it to the top. Here we go. The countdown is 7 days now, and we will be meeting Mr. James Stoke, the man behind the Jason Voorhees mask. Will be on next Sunday, May 24th at 7 p.m. Definitely stop in, ask questions. We'll answer them live right here on the air. And like I said, got a couple other little interesting things we might have to do that night as well that I'm working on. But as for now, the countdown is 7 days till we meet Jason Voorhees, which is the man named James Stokes that will be behind the mask of Jason Voorhees. So, everybody, I hope you had a great day. It's been nice out, and we will see you next week. Don't miss that episode. Have a nice night, guys. We're out of here.